You're setting up your laser and you see this DPI setting. Maybe you left it at the default. Maybe you bumped it up thinking more is better. Either way, there's actually a right number for your specific machine, and finding it makes a real difference. So what even is DPI? It stands for dots per inch. All it does is tell your laser how many lines to engrave per inch of material. Higher number means tighter spacing. Lower number means wider gaps. That's it. Now here's the thing. Your laser beam has a physical size, and if you cram lines closer together than your beam is wide, they start overlapping. Space them too far apart and you get gaps. What you want is that sweet spot where the dots just barely touch. No overlap, no gaps. And getting this wrong? That's not just a quality issue. It can straight up ruin your work. You might also hear people talk about scan gap. Don't let that confuse you. Scan gap and DPI are just two ways of saying the same thing. DPI counts how many lines fit in an inch. Scan gap measures the distance between those lines. The math is simple. 1 inch is about 25.4 millimeters. Divide that by your DPI and you get the scan gap. Alright, so how do you actually find the right DPI for your machine? ImagR has a built-in test tool that does exactly that. It takes a section of an image and generates multiple versions at different DPI values. You engrave them, compare the results, and pick the one that looks cleanest. No calipers, no math. Let me walk you through it. Head over to imag-r.com, open the toolset. From there, search for DPI and click on the feature. Upload any image you like. I recommend something with a lot of detail, like a portrait. Once the upload is done, you'll see a crop tool on the left. This lets you select the area you want to test. I usually pick a small but detailed spot, like an eye. On the right side, there's an input field with numbers. These are the DPI values you're going to compare. In my case, I'm testing 181, 254, 318, and 423. If you're not sure which values make sense for your machine, check out the tutorials section in the top menu. There's a DPI explanation page with a lookup table that lists all the common values. Back to the test tool. You'll notice a label in the bottom right corner of each generated image showing its DPI value. There's a checkbox to turn that off, but I'd recommend leaving it on. Now just hit Generate DPI Test. After a few seconds, you'll get a zip file. Extract it and import the individual images into your laser software. For my 80-watt CO2 laser, I'm using 120 millimeters per second, 15% max power, and 1% min power. And this part is important. Make sure you turn on the pass-through option so the laser software doesn't reprocess the images you've already prepared. That's it. Start the engraving. You'll see each image engrave one by one at the different DPI values. Some will come out too light, some too dark, some lacking detail, but one of them should look just right. For me, it was 318, the bottom left. Great brown tones, crisp details, no overburned areas. And the individual dots from the dithering, that's the dot pattern the laser uses instead of smooth shading, are barely visible. That tells me 318 is my number for wood, and I can use it for every project on that material. I'd also recommend running this test on each material you work with, since different surfaces produce different dot sizes. Wood reacts differently than black slate, for example. Before we wrap up, 3 quick mistakes to avoid. First, assuming higher is always better. Setting your DPI to 1000 when your beam only resolves 300 doesn't add detail. It just overlaps lines, wastes time, and overheats your material. Second, changing your DPI from project to project. Once you've found your number, keep it. Your beam doesn't change between jobs on the same material. And third, skipping the focus check. Your spot size depends on proper focus. If focus is off, your whole measurement is wrong, and your DPI will be too. So here's the takeaway. Your ideal DPI comes down to one thing: your laser's spot size. Find it once with the test tool and use that number for all your photo engravings. Go try it yourself at imag-r.com and find your perfect setting.